Hey guys, this says I'm live. See Color Guppies, Aquarium Treasures, Ronan, Maria Z. Welcome everybody. Sorry the dogs are barking. I had those quietened down, but the cats decided to get them stirred up again, so they'll stop in a few minutes. Hope everybody's doing well today on this Wednesday. And I've just come out of a shower, so I am still hot. Still hot. Uh, Today is just going to be, like most Wednesdays, very informal and relaxed and a chit chat back and forth. I thought I would feed fish if people want to see certain fish. I haven't fed any fish today at all, except I'm feeding the new rainbows twice a day. And I do feed them first thing in the morning and then with the regular feeding. So, let's see if I can muffle a little bit of that noise. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Lori. Welcome. But we'll wait till a few more people get in for that. Uh, Mentioning again that I do have merch now, and I've tried to price it as low as I can. That stuff's expensive on there. It's ridiculous, you know, what they ask for some of the stuff on Teespring. So hopefully somebody will post a link to that later. If not, I'll put it in the description afterward. BGK. Can the BGK later. All right, you lost me on that one. Steel blue apistos. Yeah, they're ready to eat. Got them down to just them, some cory cats, and a couple of odd tetras that I just can't catch out of there. So they're a species only, pretty much. All rams are still good. That's good. Ram eggs. That's good. That is good. You made me a mod, but I don't have a clue. That's all right, Maria. I didn't have a clue either. One day somebody made me a mod. I had been one a couple places on a couple small channels, smaller than mine is now. And John KG Tropicals made me a mod. Candy needed somebody with her, so I learned fast and quick. Zen posted one. It looks like it is. Thank you, Zen. Thank you, Zen. If you want, Maria, I'll walk you through one day about how to do that. It's not hard if you know what to click. So it's not hard at all. Well, you can certainly monitor for inappropriate comments and bring things to my attention. That's a huge help. So Zen's posted a link or two in her time, so she's got that covered. This is a real busy time of day for Candy. She let me know. Real busy. And of course, it's 6 here, but 3 in the afternoon after lunch for the West Coast. And that's where uh, Aquatic, Aquarium Co-op is located, where she's working. So she has work first. So sometimes she can make it in, and sometimes she can lurk. But awesome, that would be great, Maria. That would be great. All right. Benny, like somebody told you, just kind of be prepared though that they may spawn a few times and eat their spawn. It takes them a while to get accustomed to it. I still have they're getting pretty old now, probably 3 or 4 years old. Some huge severums, and they eat their spawn every time, but I don't think they're fertile. So, thank you for posting that, Zen. So, try to keep up with this. We're going to feed the apistogrammas. What are you breeding, George? All right. Yeah, schoolwork definitely comes first. Oh, it would have been nice. No, darn it. I'm in no mood for you today to show my shirt here. Oh, it's backwards. So it's got the logo on the front. And it's a pretty good size. It's supposed to be over there to the side. Probably sitting crooked, which it is, but And then it's on the back, upside down. Here you go. Could have done that in a mirror, maybe. I don't know if you even saw it or not, but it's got a big logo across the back. It's just Caylor's Aquatics. May get creative later on. You got the long sleeve tee. I'm looking at that, Maria. I am. I have it pulled up, actually. I was looking at it last night. I've got skinny arms. So somehow in my mind, I don't look as fat if my arms don't look real skinny with my fat body. So I don't know. So, but I'm looking at those because fall's coming anyway. And I'm going to get a mug. I've got mugs out there now, I believe. Got pink and blue and white. So just slowly getting it out there. It's not been a priority, you know. Definitely don't need to make any money off of it. So, hey, Larry D, and welcome. Evo the Aussie, welcome. Let's see if I can turn around here, and while I'm rambling this first few minutes, we'll look at fish rather than me. And since that's what we're going to be looking at anyway in a little bit and feeding, go ahead and turn it around. All right. Yeah, and I can still see the chat. Mugs, yeah. Oddly, the three colors, the basic colors, the pink, the blue, and the white are the best. They have white handles on them. Hey, Chevy Fish. Dan Slee. Hey, nothing special today, Dan. Just hawking merchandise or letting people know. I honestly have had several people after me. Anthony started several months ago, and he's got his T-shirt, I think. I know it was on the way to him in the mail. So I'm wearing mine today. And I got the blue. But we're just going to do a feeding. Hey, Holly. I bet you hadn't had time to see my comment. I just answered you, Holly, about the Fahaka puffer Dharma that loves the big Hikari algae wafers. That's all she's eating right now. She won't eat anything but that. But it was kind of a funny message. And we like funny. Got 20 people in here. It's 10 after. Before I forget about it, guys, don't forget that Rob93 is after this. Hey, Jess, Shrimp Granny. Today my words are all mumbled together. Been having some trouble with blood sugar, and I'm sure that's exciting to hear that I was supposed to be in a meeting Tuesday night and had a lot of trouble with blood sugar and just couldn't do it. So better today, but still feel the after effects of that. So not eating enough stuff again. Isn't that a bitch? Not eating enough stuff instead of too much. Dinner, wanted to stop in. I'm glad you did, Jess. What did you cook? Thank you, Jess. I hope you cooked something good. Yeah, of course, that was kind of a message for somebody in here anyway, without being too specific. Did George ever say what he was breeding? Didn't see that. No, the axolotls hadn't hatched out yet, George. It takes 13 days is what most of the literature says. So the ones that weren't fertile have fungus, and I've taken those out. But oh, that sounds good. It sounds really good. That would be good with some of those original Triscuit crackers. Definitely. Yeah, Yeah, it is. I kind of liked it better when I just let my glucose run 300 plus all the time, and I felt bad all the time, no ups and downs. Got a beta that's being a bud in here. Gonna have to catch him out if he keeps it up. It's that last one, and it's the one from Dan's. He's picking on a couple of them in here now. I don't know why, unless he's never seen another beta. He's picking on a male and a female. All this time they haven't. I'd like to see them again sometime. If they haven't, you may actually have 2 females or 2 males. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. And Ginger Graves, I don't know if you follow her, she can't get rid of them all, and they eat them, and then they spawn again in a week. And she's had dozens and hundreds and hundreds. And, everybody that I've given them to, they've spawned. Otter, Creek Aquatics, Kendall had a pair, but the male kind of beat the female up for his because he's so close. I put them in the same bag, a large bag, and the male, for some reason, beat on the female. And she was doing better. But about it, but I don't know. None of them hatched, so they probably ate them. Even if they were females, they would fight. And even if it was a male and female that are not mated, I've got 3 males or 2 males over in this 180 beside me, and they're very amicable and don't fight because their mother died. That was the female in there. And then I thought I had a tank with like 9 females, but a male has emerged from that group and I think is spawning right now. Holly I did, but I had to take them off because I sold them down till I was almost out of them. And 2, I was shipping them in the summer and lost several, like 12 pairs of them. So 24 fish. I think I had about 100. They're rainbow cichlids, Holly, not rainbows. Not rainbow fish, they're rainbow cichlids. That's what he's talking about that he got from me. Now, I've had lots of rainbows spawn. Of course, they do every day on their own, but I've never collected eggs and raised any. Hey, Anthony, did you get your t-shirt, your Caylor's Aquatics t-shirt? And you have a Bubbles t-shirt coming too, but that shouldn't be there yet. I just sent that Monday. Yeah, yours is one of the few pairs that made it, and I didn't have to resend. Somebody I had to send 3 times, total of 3 times. And I was so disgusted I didn't even claim the insurance on USPS, but I won't hardly ship anything. Oh, was it? I had to send them to you a second time too. So, yeah, I can't think of anybody that they made it the first shipping. It was just crazy. They would come in with the bags deflated. I'd double bag them, and they'd punch holes in the boxes. It was crazy. It was really bad. Hey, Jay Olivers. I'm just sitting at my desk cooling off here. Going to get up and start feeding some fish in a few minutes. Hey, Ian. Not yet. So you only have 2 shirts, 2 unboxings. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead since I've got my food right here. I'll have to come back later and refeed some of these fish that get special things. This is just a mix of some giant creel and some of the bigger fish. Eat that. There are only a couple in here that take it, but I'm not going to give it right now. And I've got some spirulina frozen brine. That's why it's green. And then I've got regular bloodworms. Sometimes I feed just the regular bloodworms, but I really like the jumbo for most of my fish. So, and these are all just common saltwater fish. Lots of glare there. It's always with this room unless it's dark. Yeah, a lot of us color guppies are having the same complaint and the same issue. Here comes my buddy. It's the neon red marine hermit crab. He stays underwater all the time. And he's coming over to beg for food. And if he does, I'll give him food. He's picking up some of the little pieces. He's a cutie. I'll get away from this saltwater, guys, in just a minute. I always like to count my, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This guy here, if he gets hungry, he will try to eat the smaller fish, and sometimes he's successful, but all my clowns are here. I think these are too big for him. Give him a piece of the jumbo krill. He took that right in. And the queen angel there likes the big pieces. He took the second one in. He's hungry. See if I can get the queen angel. He's always fun. He shakes things to death, shakes the food apart. There's a big piece. There's such a tiny mouth. That's the new guy that y'all saw me put in from Petco, actually. Been over a week, and he acclimated well. He's done great in here. I was afraid that self-in would give him a lot of trouble, but they got on swimmingly, pun intended. Let me give this guy a piece, and we'll get on to some freshwater fishes. And I can't see the chat. I need to stop and catch up on that probably. Here you go. He sees me coming. Come on, get up here. Come on, get it. Right there. You gotta get it, silly. There. Got it? Okay. You got it. You fell on your back. So funny. Now he's back up. He got his big piece of shrimp. Okay. Since I'm right here, we'll do this tank, but let me stop a minute. Look at some. So I don't want to raise the pH. Let me go back and see what that's about. Yeah. Hey, Jesse. All right, I'm called back up there. Looks like there's 24 people in here, so I will continue to feed. This is largely a South American cichlid tank. It's 180 gallons. It's one of my favorite tanks because it has my favorite fish. I love sevrums and I love geos, which you might have guessed from watching these guys. This is one I'll come back to later and feed some extra stuff besides these little pieces of stuff they're getting. You see the sevrums do come up. They're not just sand sifters. They all come up and eat all my sevrums. There's 4 different kinds there. So, the one blind fish, I have to feed it by hand. It's a sevrum. I'm looking for him now. And we'll move on. Hey, Yazzie, cut it out. He's barking at one of the other dogs. And they ignore him, but I'm trying to do a live stream. Dang. That blind fish is a sevrum and it's hard to find, so sorry. Yep. Oh well. There he is over here, maybe. Right there. Yep, that's him. Over here waiting on me. Come on, kid. Oop. He has a little bit of like shadow vision in one eye, but nothing in the other. So I do want to save enough time. It's 20 after, guys, to go out and dig around in the tub a little bit. So remind me about that. And I haven't forgotten about the pistos, Maria. I'm going to do a quick feeding. Very good signal in here, so I know that. So you guys will probably start getting the white circle of death when I brought this thing to feed with. Hang on. Sorry. It takes two hands to pull the plunger back on this. This is actually a dialysis syringe. So these guys are all doing fantastic. They had a little bit of flake food this morning. Time to feed the baby brine shrimp. Hey, Peter. Finally got a list of the names that can match up to these guys. I've saved it so that I could do that. And no, I don't know their scientific names. I've learned a couple of them, but I do want to label them so that I can learn them primarily. But they're all doing fantastic. They're great eaters. These guys on the bottom were at first, the smaller ones, those, whatever they really knows what the red rattlefish are. And I wanted these because for them, and I would tend to do that. Males, and these are juveniles now. They're big enough to spawn, but they're not adult size. And then these are the shy guys, and they dart up like little piranhas or something. Everybody has at least one something to eat, anything they don't want to eat, but no one lets much fall to the bottom. And I'm going to go back now and give everybody just a little more. They had their flake this morning, so they're doing awesome. There's one male in here that's, see, there's one fish way back in the back up in the left corner. And there's this one male who is right there, I think, that dominates him. So I have to, there we go. Put a little food back there. And he's eating. It's not nipping him, he just makes him stay back there. You guys are just absolutely beautiful. And last, these are the guys that I think these are the glossolepsis. The second word went right out of my mouth, right out of my brain, not out of my mouth. That I lost one of. But the other 5 did fine, and all the other fish have done fine. So there's those guys fed and finished for the night. And on to, yeah, it will in that room. I didn't think about that when I was setting up in there. Over there's the skink, and over there's the snake. Got those out of my bedroom. So they live in the dining room. Let's go see those apistas. Listen, I've put up with that for 15 minutes. Go sit down. Good. Y'all know I'm busy. Sit down. Little kids have to start when I get on the phone. Admin, you must have missed the vid. I did a vid about that, not titled about it, but I did a vid about the black ghost. I lost it. And it was still in this tank after having it all that time and that big, and it eaten out of my hand. It really, really broke my heart. I could hardly talk about it. I mean, it's like losing a dog or a cat or something almost. But I'm pulling this big, huge plunger up over here. Sorry, but yeah, I lost him. Other people may not have seen or heard that, so I'm glad you asked. But this is from Maria. She wanted to see the little autos, the little blue steel epistogrammas. These are the guys that are hard to get females for. Either they don't make females or they just don't ship them. And the backstory on them is I got 4 that were sold as males from Dan's to me because he didn't think he had any females. And after a full year, I had a little female pop up and begin spawning. And she slowed down some now, but out of her spawns, she had 1 daughter that I'm aware of, and that's it right there. It's about half her size. There we go. There you go, young lady. She's the one that's yellow. They turn yellow, but these guys not so much. She's going down. See, the others are kind of grayish blue. But her babies are over here. Somewhere. She moves them all over the place. I fed them this morning some first bites. So they're there. I just don't see them. You might have seen them, but I didn't. Okay, she's back over there, so let's see if they pop up. Hey, Fish Snatcher. Hey, Pam. Hey, Alex. Is Doug Gray in here? I saw somebody speak to him. Doug, that Elvis jumpsuit you sent me, I burned. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of Elvis, especially his apparel. You probably paid a lot for that. Not wearing my boxers with hearts on them either. Pam's always worried about what I'm wearing. So I have several people wanting these guys. And Maria and Ginger and several other people after that have asked. But once I get, it would be pointless to send 4 males, to somebody. But once I get a couple other females and these guys keep spawning, I'll be ready to start letting them go. Alex Guppy. And his jokes. Alex, you've got a heart of gold. To the firefish tank. Why are you moving it, Anthony? Let's give these guys a couple more bites. Since I have some large cory cats in here, I have to make sure that enough gets down to the bottom for them to eat. And I would take the knife fish's pipe out that it had outgrown, but these guys have moved into it as well, so I don't want to disrupt anything. Getting quite a good sized colony of them. That may be the original female, that there that's shy. So there we go. This tank down here is almost empty. It's got some orange laser quarries. It's got some Crayfish rainbows. And this is going to be moved. It's not going to be here. It's going to be my dragon puffer tank that's sitting up at a level that I can see. So I'm slowly emptying this tank out. And those rainbows, and probably these rainbows, I'm trying to squeeze my fat butt in here. Those are the Flintstone shoes. I've even got a Flintstone car. Yep, Doug stays in trouble, especially with the local police. Bob, will you ever sell good-sized bristlenose on Get Gills? It just depends on what I have. I didn't want to put them on there before because of shipping them. So I would take them to the local fish store. Yeah, I'm probably going to take these rainbows, or some of them anyway, the larger ones, and move them over to a different tank, which is a new tank to be set up, a 55-gallon. I have it in the room where it's going now, but not set up. This thick substrate is not working as well for my plants as it did for gravel and sand mixed, about 2 inches. So I think I'm going to pull the sand off the top of this and see if I can get my plants to come back. Lots of tetras and so forth in here. Several kinds of rainbows. Green tetras and cardinals. Little fishies. Phew. Pam, you have an auction going on tonight. I know you have a giveaway, but hey, Diego. What? You mean the big sale that was Monday and the crazy prices? I'm ashamed. I'm not even going to tell people how much I spent because it was so many tanks. But yeah, again, admin, like I told you before, most of those rainbows in there are real inexpensive rainbows in that tank. PetSmart, Petco, Australian rainbows or turquoise rainbows, all $10 or under. Alex, I haven't had one, but I've heard they're a little hard to keep. I think because of the red. I think you have to do the iron and that stuff. But I don't know that. I haven't kept them. Advantage to buy zero tanks. I saw a little short clip that James Fish Room Fever posted, and something about that he was in Cleveland getting tanks, which I know wasn't true, or if it was, he didn't get much. What he had in the back of his car, his hatchback, did not come from the Cleveland store, because that was my first stop in my Don't know what happened there. Don't know. I honestly don't know. I was still walking and talking in my Flintstone shoes. Oh yeah. See, Dharma the Vahaka gets her stuff by the bucket. Holly was asking me about these Hikari wafers. Tom, yeah, they usually follow Petco's up, and there's one in Knoxville. I think it's my closest one. But I bought so many 10-gallon, 20 longs, and 55s that I should never need a tank again. My truck was full at those prices. I mean, uh, it's sad that someone would buy that many tanks. I'll probably end up giving some of them away. I don't know. Don't know that I'd ever have room to set them all up, but we shall see. Just putting in a little wafer. There's some big cats under here. Spotted Raphaels. They usually hang upside down, so it's hard to see them. And here's the little birds. They're so good. They look out the window. They hardly ever talk. Hardly ever. I'm looking for my feeding. There it is. Whew. Sorry, I'm trying to get more food to feed. Okay. And there's the axolotls over there. I didn't show them. And they'll be on my specialty feeding list later. They like the jumbo bloodworms. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of stuff to go down the corner here. They'll smell that instantly. Those guys have the best sense of smell I think I've ever seen. But they'll be over there and pick up those little pieces. We still have eggs in here. Give you an update on those while we're here. See, they're not just little black dots now. They have little axolotls in them. When it gets closer to 13 days, I'm going to pull some of those. There are a bunch of them in here. See, they're all mixed in everywhere. They're over here. I don't know if you can see them, but see them there, right in the center of the screen. They're everywhere. There are dozens, if not a couple hundred. So, no rush. And as I said, that guy's on the move to find that food I dropped in. Ow, that was my knee. So, let's see. This tank, I had all of those swordtails in, and all of them died. No matter what I did, those fish all died. And right now I still have a crayfish in there from Susan. I've got several of them, but I've got one in here. And I've got some upside down catfish. And I've got one of those rare Chinese highway catfish from Dan's. Now, two of those in here. And I think that's it. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting my little goldfish that are not so tiny anymore in here. But I'm kind of scared to. Of course, I'm still doing water changes and all that. I don't see anybody moving around. But whatever Got those swordtails. Got them. I mean, there's one of the cats. I think there are 3 in there still. Of the upside downs. And usually the Chinese are up in that tunnel. One of them. These are the rainbow cichlids, Holly, if you're still there. Sorry. That admin was talking about. The glass hasn't been cleaned in a while, right? These are pets. They were born here. I had their mom and dad. And I only let them ever spawn once because they have 1 million, and they are kind of hard to find homes for because they're not little guppies. That one always stayed small there. So I want to make sure I always hold on to her. She's little, like half the size of the others. But yeah, admin, I think I have a male that right there. I think that's a male. The darker ones, maybe 2. And then, if I can pull up any food in here, I keep getting stopped up with those big creels. There we go. See if we can get some of these big killies to come out and eat. Forget which killie these are. Hey, Streetwise. What room of your house are the dancing Walmart go-go dancers in? Doug, I don't mind cutting up with you in private chats, but be acting out your social fantasies here in a live stream, I'm not sure that meets the guidelines. These guys are a lot of fun. There's a ton of them in here. Come on over here and eat. Definitely ambush. Come on. Ambush predators. There's also a crayfish in here from Susan that usually hangs out under that wood down there. There's a big cave in that wood. So, but yeah, these came from Dan. And I did have some golden wonders with them, but they outbred the golden wonders. And then these are the giant Crabensis. Also a specialty fish. I've had 2 spawns of them. Got a whole lot more fish than you're seeing there. They like to stay hidden. But they've been doing colony breeding, like the dominant male and female, the breeders, and the others aren't allowed to. So when I got a 3rd spawn, I was going to put some of these on get gills. But I haven't got that 3rd spawn yet. Alrighty, what's going on in here? Strike 347 for Doug. There goes Yazzie. Yazzie's in trouble. There he goes. Yazzie's in trouble. First for barking, and now for being out running around. Watch out, cats. He's out. We only got 15 minutes, so I'm going to speed up feeding here in the kitchen fish room, the breakfast room. Still got this just full of Jack Dempsey's, but they know how to hide. And these are all still Cobalt's fry. Never lost one of them since they've been a little bigger. And I've never given any away. I probably will put those on get gills too. I'm going to bring my store back up now that it's going to start cooling off. These guys are being shy for some reason. I've got easily 70, 80, I don't know. They just keep coming out of the weeds. There's Mom, Cobalt, and there's Bo, Daddy. They get along. I'm pretty sure, here guys, Bo and Cobalt will eat food right out of the end tip of the syringe, as will the babies. They've learned that's the way to get a mouthful too. So, but I really don't want them to spawn again. Here, Bo. There. Cobalt. There she goes. Oh, she's being a heifer. She's being a little heifer. All right then. There you go. There's some krill in there. I'm not going to eat it all. Okay. Whatever. And then these are the, oh gosh, the red Stripe Planties. It's not the name of them, but, and they are about to have fry, I'm sure. More axolotls. Here they come, they're already eating. Oop. And Paku. We'll probably stop with this tank. Lay this down a second. Set my food up. These are big tetras. African black tetras. Paku. Silver dollars. I've been feeding these Paku nuts, which they love, and the silver dollars love them too, I found. I'll come back and do some special feeding there later. And then I'm not even going to get into these racks. It's guppies, antlers, goldfish, more guppies, peacock gudgeons, more saltwater fish, holly. That's a little bit rude. I feed all of my fish the same thing, so just make sure they all get something they need. Like a lot of the sailfin fish, like the yellow tang, need more vegetable than protein, so I make sure they get spirulina and algae. Alright. Yep. Was having some trouble with corals, but they hurt to back up. Let's go do the tub. Only 10 minutes left. If anybody's here, I'm going to take out some food in this big syringe. It really does take two hands to pull the plunger back. It's crazy. And I'm going to take these things. I haven't been in this tub at all since I'm going to feed Nathan's convict fish there too. So whatever might be in there, we'll see. It's going to kind of bait it and then drop a specimen container in to see if I pick up anything. All right, here we go. All righty. Put my nets down. Nothing in that net. Lots of leaves down in there, lots of stuff, roots. Wow. Sorry. Something has to go so I can pick through here. Lots of leaves. You know, it was about half full of leaves, so just digging down. Don't know if there's going to be anything in here or not. Nope. No fish. Nothing. Got some snails. Wow. It went away again. Well, Peter, don't be, because there may not be anything in here. Let me try. Oh, I was right above that driftwood. That may have something to do with it. I don't know. Is that black water or is that black water? Nothing in there. Nothing. Not in that scoop. Let's do another one. I know there are fish in here because they come up and eat the food. Nothing in there. So there is not a huge population in this tub of anything, would be my guess. I keep going to the same spot, but nothing. That is strange. Well, the tub's lovely, but I do hope I have fish after all this time. Tried a little different spot. Nothing at all. Nothing I see. So, wouldn't it be weird if I have nothing in here? The last couple of years I had so many fish. Well, I'm not going to dip it, but one more time. Oh, that's rough on an old man's back. One more dip. Want to try it slow. But I don't think that's the problem. I see nothing alive in there. Not one thing. And I put in 3 kinds of fish. I put in champagne jam guppies. I put in Limia Limias, can't remember what kind with the stripes on them. I put in brilliant rasboras. Yazzie's at the door barking at us. So no wonder I get nothing in a net. That's crazy. But yep, at night when I feed the tank, fish are up there eating. Okay. All right. I'm convinced if there are fish in there, they're not very plentiful. Well, I know they're in there. Even brought my little net out so we could take small specimens out and look at them. Oh, alrighty. It's about 3 or 4 minutes till. Nathan's convicts and a couple of little fire mouse. They got some black water, don't they? Yazzie, you're in big trouble. I've got the proof. Get. No, go out there without a leash. There's some of the tanks. Got them everywhere. This 55 is going to go over there on that stand in that corner. And the 20, I don't know, I just didn't have any other place to put it. So, hey Brad. Hey Sharpies. There should be, Darlene, I should be getting stuff up out of there. Now the brilliant rasboras are fast, so that might explain that, but I should be catching some of those lemmias and guppies. I'll go around, let it settle down and go around one morning when the mosquitoes aren't bad and stand on the other side, which will be about eye level, and see what I can net out of there or catch out of there. I could even put camera down in there inside of the plastic because I don't have one of those GoPros. Well, there are fish in there, LaFlower, because when I feed them at night, they come up and eat in the center. So, but why I'm not catching them, I don't know that, unless it's what I just said. Fish are eating, saltwater fish are eating the, yep, whatever the little green stuff is, duckweed off of my fingers. Believe it or not, Bob actually has merch appropriate for this hot weather. Yep, and I'm wearing one of them. Well, these are brilliant rasboras, so they're real inexpensive, like $3 a fish. And they get up to maybe 3 inches, and they're really pretty schooling. And I put 2 bunches of them in there. Pam, that's awesome. Did you answer me when I said, are you doing an auction tonight? I didn't follow the chat enough. Let's do a hashtag empty tub. That ought to spark some gossip and some comments for about 2 minutes. Yeah, look up brilliant rasboras. They're not like little rasbora hex or lamb chops, or they're 3 or 4 times bigger than that. They're brilliant rasboras. Saturday night at 10, I presume. So, does anybody have a link for Rob? Thanks for the links, mods. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for hanging out. 30 people here. Appreciate it. Not a lot to see today. Did get to see some of the fish eat. I know you never see that. There's Rob's link up there. Zen got it up there already. Thank you, Zen. Aquatics, thanks for stopping. All right, I'll see you over at Rob's, guys. Hashtag empty tub. See you, Peter. See you, Lisa. See you, Jason. And Jesse. And Mark. Thank you, Mark, for coming. Appreciate you, Anthony. Lisa, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, good, Pam, for Carlos. Good. All right. Let's go on over there. There's Rob.